Hey guys, Doran here, CEO Culture Matters. This is 100 of the most influential people ever. I've been reading this book, so every day I have a goal to learn about 3 new awesome people. Now, awesome is obviously perspective, but at least people that have done something to move the needle a little closer to awesomeness in the world. And I want to talk about a few different people today. I'm going to talk about one at a time, though. So, we got 100 good episodes of learning here. So today I actually learned about Johannes Gutenberg by Michael H. Hart, who wrote this book. Johannes Gutenberg was the guy that invented the printing press. And the giant epiphany, that light bulb in my head when I was reading this, because prior to reading about him, I read about Tsai Lun, who actually invented paper like 1,000 years before Johannes Gutenberg. And the point that Michael H. Hart made in this book was that there's a huge correlation between how China had a lead on Europe in every technological advancement prior to the printing press being invented, and that once the printing press was invented, Europe basically beat the crap out of the West beat the crap out of the East as far as technological advancement. And what was even more interesting was 67 out of the 100 people in this book, of the most influential people, were born 500 years, 0 to 500 years after the printing press. And only 3 were born before the printing press. So whoa, that's interesting. Now, it's not causation, but what can we learn from that? Well, the point Michael Hart made was that knowledge, well, he didn't make this point, so I'm going to make this point. Knowledge is not power, it's potential power. You've got to take action on it. But if you only have paper and you're writing one book at a time, it's a volume thing. The printing press made it easy for everyone to get what? Knowledge. And what is really knowledge? Knowledge isn't yes or no or true or false. Knowledge is perceived belief. What's belief? Belief is culture. Culture is what? Metaphorical ecosystem of shared beliefs that change words, thoughts, actions, become convictions, and convictions create. And the fact of the matter is, books becoming available to everybody in the West totally crapped on the East. So what the heck, man? Why don't people read anymore? And that's really what I got out of that. It's society's crumbling because what got us here, what gave us the edge, what gave the West the edge, and that started with Europe and then it trickled over to America, was what? The culture of thought. It was cool to learn. And now, if you look, China and the East, they're beating us on all the tests. They're beating us on everything because their culture is of learning. So we gotta ship up or shape out. And this is the first of 100 videos on this awesome book. It's important to learn about people, man, because it doesn't take a lot of people to change the world. So I hope this was of value to you. I hope this inspires you to read, because literally books basically changed the world and gave the West an advantage over the East. We probably wouldn't even exist if that didn't happen. So I'll see you in the next video.